Good afternoon. My name is Shelby Tavares, the host of graduation. Welcome to Thomas M. Cooley Law School graduation ceremony for the Ruth Bader Ginsburg and the William Hubbs Rehnquist classes. Today we will graduate our Masters of Law and Jurist Doctorate candidates. The Assembly is requested to stand while the invocation is pronounced by Professor Florice Neville-Ewell. Please remain standing after the invocation for the national anthem.
Heavenly Father, it is our privilege to invite you here as the guest of honor on this special occasion. We ask for your blessings as we gather to celebrate the lives, the work, and the brilliant future of our graduates. We give thanks for the abilities that you have given to each one of them. We give thanks for the unwavering love and support that they have received from their families and friends. We give thanks for the professors, judges, and practitioners within and outside of the law school who have helped them hone their skills. As we celebrate this milestone today, we also pray for tomorrow. Their graduation opens another door to another time. As you have led them in the past, please continue to lead them in the future. Give them focus and clarity and a calling from you to understand their purpose and the courage to respond and step toward that purpose with perseverance, diligence, and humility. May they always strive to uphold the law with compassion and serve their clients and community with dedication. May their words be measured, their actions just, and their pursuit of fairness unwavering. We ask for continued blessings upon them as they step into this new chapter, fully prepared and committed to the principles of equality and the pursuit of justice. Amen.
Please join in singing our national anthem. Please be seated. Today we will have two valedictory speakers. The first valedictory, representing the Ruth Bader Ginsburg class, is Paulina Lopera, who was selected by the Ruth Bader Ginsburg class to present the class's farewell comments.
Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty and staff, and of course, fellow classmates. I promised myself I would not cry today, so I will try my best. It is an honor to be here today and to be able to address this year's graduating class. What an honor to be part of the Ginsburg graduating class. Ruth Ginsburg was a trailblazer. She became the second woman to serve in the United States Supreme Court, and she consistently advocated for women's rights. And let's be honest, she walked so that we could run. Now, I know that every corny graduation speech has already been written, and many of us here today have attended countless graduations. And let me assure you, this one will be no different. But hopefully, with some humor, I can highlight in just a few moments the amazing work each graduate has done here today. First, I would like to address our friends and family. Each of you has helped us get where we are today. If you are a parent of a graduate, you should feel extremely proud. The foundation that you have instilled in what were once your young children has created individuals capable of persevering in extremely difficult situations while maintaining a balance in life. The examples you set forth, whether through your hard work, your dedication, or your unwavering belief in us, have given us the courage, or the delusion sometimes, to pursue our dreams, even when the road got tough. You've been our cheerleaders, our sounding boards, and sometimes, let's be honest, our personal therapist. Today we celebrate our achievements, and we also celebrate you. Thank you for being our rock. Before I continue this very corny speech, I would like to take a few moments to address someone very important to me in my native language. And for my fellow classmates that can understand me, I hope that you share a few words with whoever was your biggest motivation to get here. Mamá, hoy soy doctora y esta institución me otorga el título de doctora de Derecho, pero yo te lo otorgo a ti. Un doctor es alguien sabio en su profesión y tú has sido sabia como madre, como luchadora y como mujer. Hoy estoy aquí por tu esfuerzo y por eso este título te lo comparto contigo. And for those of you who would like a translation, Mom, this institution today grants me the title of a doctorate of law. That is the closest translation, although we are jurist doctorates. A doctor is someone wise in their profession, and you have been wise as a mother, a fighter, and a woman. And I'm here today because of your efforts, and therefore today, I choose to give you this honorary title as a doctorate of law. Next, I want to thank the incredible faculty and staff who have guided us through this journey. You have been more than educators. You have been mentors who challenged us to think critically and advocate, who supported us through many obstacles, and experts that have inspired us with your knowledge and your passion. I will never forget Professor Neville, wherever you may be sitting, asking where my authority was as I frantically just tried to remember the title of this brief. Or Professor Hicks' many movie references as he tried to bring some laughter into the dense material of civil procedure. You have all shaped us into the professionals that we are about to become, and your hard work and effort is appreciated. And finally, to my fellow graduates, what a journey this has been. It has not been an easy feat. We've tackled late night sessions, countless cups of coffee, and probably more breakdowns than we like to admit. But we persevered. We navigated highs and lows, balancing internships, part-time jobs, and personal commitments, all while holding on to our vision of success. To those who did this journey with spouses and kids, my hat's off to you, as you made it all seem effortless. Each of us took a unique path to get here. Some of us overcame personal struggles, some juggled full-time jobs, and some even raised families while doing it. Regardless of how you got here, what matters is that we made it here. We are a testament of resilience, determination, and grit. To the women in this graduating class, today you become 38% of the legal workforce. To the Hispanic and minority women in this class, today you become part of the 2% of the legal workforce. And what an honor. And what an honor to be part of 2% of a population with such an honorable degree as a Juris Doctorate. Remember that this is not the end. We still have the bar. But we are many steps closer to the end goal of being attorneys. And I know all of you will succeed in taking the bar. So I ask that each day you venture into this job, you remember what drove you to become an attorney. A personal experience, an injustice you saw, a TV show that inspired you. Whatever it was, Put that at the forefront of the days that feel overwhelming. And remember that there are many people that need our help, and we have a duty to lend a hand and serve our community. So, as we move forward in this next chapter, I want to leave you with one final thought. In the words of Elle Woods, we did it! Thank you. Thank you, and congratulations to the Ginsburg 2024 class.
Next, we have Matt Mann, who was selected by the William Hubbs Rehnquist class to present the class's farewell comments.
Good afternoon. I have the extreme privilege of taking a few minutes to speak on behalf of an incredibly talented and hardworking graduating class. First, I do want to say that it only takes a quick glance into the audience and onto this stage to realize that I am by far the least qualified person to speak to you today. I am not a magna cum laude graduate, I am not the valedictorian, and I am not the SBA president. I'm just a student who did their best to connect with classmates, learn from our brilliant professors, and be proud to be a part of this Cooley community. To my fellow colleagues, we've done it. Let me be the first to say, one of the first to say, congratulations. The long hours, the sleepless nights, and the relentless grind has finally paid off. And I'm very, very happy that we have today to celebrate this important day together. To visiting friends and family, thank you. Now, this diploma is going to have our names on it, but it belongs to all of you as well, so thank you. To our beloved professors, you have transformed the way that we will see the world. When we struggled, you were there, offering guidance, encouragement, and the occasional nudge to dig deeper. Your influence will extend far beyond the classroom walls, and for your patience, your dedication, and your unwavering support, we are deeply grateful. Thank you. So today, my speech was supposed to be about our collective journey through law school, but I could not think of a way to summarize 3 or more years of challenges, growths, and triumphs into just a few short minutes. If I'm too specific on what I say, only my closest friends and family will understand, and if I'm too broad or general, I might fail to capture the heart of what we have all been through. So instead, I would like to convey a message to you. If this is my one and only opportunity, I would like to make it count. So as I reflect on what stands out the most about this journey, is how law school was more than just an academic challenge. It was a test of character, determination, and growth. Colleagues, please remember all the small victories we celebrated. The late night study sessions where we leaned on one another for support, the friendships that blossomed amidst pure chaos, and the sense of pride we felt whenever we finally understood a concept that seemed impossible. These moments were often unnoticed at the time, but they were what carried us through. They reminded us that success isn't just about finishing the race. It's about how you run it, the people who run it alongside you, and the lessons you learn along the way. Yet law school also taught us to face our limitations head on. And this realization is not a weakness, it's a strength. It's what keeps us humble, it's what makes us better collaborators, and it's what pushes us to keep learning. Now, as we prepare to enter the legal profession, we must also recognize the great responsibility that comes with it. Being a lawyer is more than a job. It's a calling. It's a calling to serve others and to pursue justice even when that path is difficult. It's about using the power of the law to uplift, protect, and create positive change. Whether we are advocating for a client, drafting a policy, or working to make the system more equitable, our job has the potential to shape lives, and that is a huge responsibility, but it is also a privilege. And I believe that everything we've gone through here at Cooley has prepared us to face these challenges. Because the truth is, we're not the same people who started this journey. Law school has changed us, all of us, not just in what we know, but in how we see ourselves, others, and view the world around us. It taught us to persevere when things felt impossible, to lean on others when we needed help, and to keep moving forward even when the finish line was 3 years away. These lessons will stay with us as we move on into the next chapter of our lives. So, as we leave here today, let's take with us more than the lessons we learned from our textbooks. Let's carry forward the resilience we built, the friendships we formed, and the lessons we learned about who we are and what we are capable of. Congratulations, class of 2024. Let today be a celebration of how far we've come and also a reminder of how far we can still go. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present to you the President and Dean of Thomas M. Cooley Law School, James McGrath, who will be providing opening remarks and introduce the commencement speaker.
Appreciate it. Well, I also would like to offer a hearty welcome to all of our distinguished guests. And I'd like to recognize one of our board members. Mustafa Amin is here today, representing the board of directors. Hey, just give it up. He's also one of our favorite professors. So, welcome to the families, friends, and creditors of the Ruth Bader Ginsburg and William Hubbs Rehnquist graduating classes. And of course, the reason we're here, all of our graduates. I just love graduations. I love the ceremony. I love people walking around in robes like they were important. It's just a really great day. And I hope you'll always fondly remember December 16th. Now, occasionally our graduations fall on a holiday or a special day of remembrance, like International Education Day. That was a good one. So what about December 16th? What is today? Well, today is Digital Marketers Day. Boring, all right. Barbie and Barney Backlash Day. What do they even have to do with each other? National Chocolate Covered Anything Day. Well, at least that's delicious, right? But I was looking for something a little more profound, something with a bit more gravitas. And although there's not really a super one, there is one I think we can work with, and that's National Underdog Day. What's an underdog? An underdog is a person or a team in competition most likely expected to lose. This expectation can be based on statistical data, opinion, or overall standings. So when the underdog wins, we call it an upset. Now, I think most of us like to see an underdog win. As a lawyer, it is one of the sweetest victories to win for your underdog client. Clearly, it's easier to champion the powerful, the affluent, and the influential. But it's truly an exceptional lawyer who can bring unwavering commitment to advocating for those who stand on the fringes of society and to those whose voices are often drowned out by the power of privilege and authority. And the underdogs are not always individuals. They can be causes, they can be ideals, or even justice itself. Underdogs may embody the hopes and aspirations of countless others who find themselves marginalized, oppressed, or voiceless. Your role as a lawyer, as Matt has reminded us, is not to just navigate the law's confusing intricacies, but to be fierce defenders of fairness and equity. As lawyers, we dedicate ourselves to the ideals enshrined in our Constitution that have sustained our country. We are charged with being guardians of the rule of law. So whatever your take on all the unrest and division in our country and in all over the world, in difficult times, the world looks to leaders for guidance and answers. Lawyers are trained leaders and problem solvers, so you will be prepared to take on important issues. No, I can't tell any of you what to do to be part of the positive change that our world desperately needs, because we all must find the path that best suits our own journey. I can only hope that we can respect and encourage each other as we work to positively shape the future. The world needs you, and I know you're ready to lead. So maybe you consider yourself an underdog sometimes. I often consider myself one. Again, there is nothing sweeter than a victory against all odds. So maybe National Underdog Day is not such a bad choice to commemorate your special day. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with chocolate-covered anything. As a matter of fact, chocolate makes everything a little bit better. But I hope you'll remember this day as something really important, whether it's just National Underdog Day or Chocolate Day, whatever. But remember this day and think about your friends. Maybe years from now, December 6th, I'm going to call someone I haven't talked to in a long time. This is your special day. Let's make it last a long time. Let me give a couple of special thank yous. First of all, to everyone and anyone here who helped our graduates get through law school. Whether you're a family friend, a member of the family, or any one of your grads support group, I want to say thank you. You all know how committed our grads were in succeeding in law school. So thank you for the support. Maybe it was emotional support. Maybe helping them learn. Maybe you ran flashcards with them. Whatever you did, thank you so much. Maybe even helped them out financially. Appreciate that too. However you were here for them, I want to say thank you. And I would also like to say, it's over. Everyone's hard work is done. I would like to say that. But I can't say that because for most of our graduates, there's one big hurdle left, right? Not to be that guy, but we've got the bar exam coming up soon. So today, we celebrate their success, and you've all earned a well-deserved break. But very soon, you're going to need to get back to work for this next challenge. So to all of our family and friends, just bear with us for this one last effort. A couple more quick thank yous before I introduce our keynote speaker. I'd like to thank Shelby Tavares, our host, doing a great job so far. Yeah, no doubt she'll keep doing it. And to Professor Clarice Neville-Ewell for her uplifting and inclusive invocation. And you didn't get to clap for it because it's a prayer. Do we clap? Yes, you clap. Go ahead. Paulina LaPera for her terrific farewell address. And, you know, reminding us that the legal profession is still very inequitable in its distribution among the people of our country. It's a very white profession, and I'm very proud of you, and I'm also very ashamed it's only 2%, but proud of our 2%ers. Thank you very much. And Madison, man, great job. I thought for a minute you're going to do my underdog speech there. Very well done. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker today, Judge Nick Nazaruddin. It rhymes with Samaritan, and that's what he tells us all the time. Don't worry about it. You can pronounce my last name. Judge Nazaruddin received his undergraduate degree from the University of South Florida and his JD from Nova Southeastern University. He's a judge on the Florida 13th Circuit, and his current term ends in January 2027. He won re-election for judge of the Florida 13th Circuit Court. He's board certified in criminal trial law by the Florida Bar. He's a certified mentor for all the new judges in Hillsborough County. I don't know if you're certified for this, but you're a great mentor to all of our students. He's a past instructor at the Florida Judicial College. He was in private practice in criminal and family law. He was appointed to the county bench by Governor Jeb Bush in 2001 and appointed to the circuit court by Governor Rick Scott in 2011. He's been married for 26 years and the father to many Australian shepherds. Judge Nick, as he is known to our students, is a beloved professor and supporter of Cooley, and especially a big supporter of Cooley students. Please join me in welcoming Judge Nick to the podium.
I will thank you very much for those kind words. I wish my parents could have heard those. They're a lot better off. It is an honor to share this conclusion of this chapter of your life. There's many more chapters we're going to write, but it's an honor to be here at this conclusion. A sincere congratulations. The sacrifices, the hard work that you put in, the long hours. You have the tools now to succeed. But you don't stand here alone today. Look at this room. Look at the pride that you've given your family, your friends, your loved ones, spouses, partners. You can't buy that in any store. They are so proud of you. I sat and watched them walk in today, and they were putting their jackets on and making sure their hair was looking good, and they were so, you could just tell they're happy to be here for you. And they're so proud of you. And that's one of the best things you can do to give somebody. So that's just an amazing thing. So the first people, and they've already thanked them already, but your family, friends, you couldn't have done it without them. And I know how much you appreciate them. And if you just, for a second, you can feel it in the room. You can just feel how happy they are for you. Imagine the conversations. What are you doing this week? I'm going to Tampa to see my son, daughter, husband, wife, partner graduate law school. Or how about the last 3 years' conversations about how happy and proud they were talking about you? That's incredible. So I'm really glad that they were able to enjoy that. I want to also thank our professors that have helped you along the way. They've given you the tools to succeed, as I mentioned earlier. And I also want to thank the president. He attends all the events, all the way from Michigan. Obviously, graduation is important, but he goes to a lot of other events, and I personally appreciate that. He could have easily appeared in other situations on Zoom, but he is always here, and that says a lot. That's how he cares about Tampa. So I want to thank him for always being here. I mean that sincerely. At orientation, I probably met most of you, because I do a lot of the orientations. And we talked about a transformation. And you all talked about that a little bit earlier. But you've transformed, you're still the person you always were, but now you're going to be attorney at law, a counselor, an esquire, an advisor. But you've transformed, you're another person too. And it's 24 hours a day. When you're in Publix, when you're at church, wherever you are, you're always an attorney at law. And that card that you will get when you pass the bar, I brought with me today, and I said the same thing at orientation. I don't look at this as often as I should. It's worth maybe a penny of value in plastic, but it's my life, it's who I am, and it's who you're gonna be. You've worked so hard for this card you're gonna get someday. Always remember that. Years to earn it, seconds to burn it. And I said the same thing at orientation. But it's who you are. And I know you guys are going to do well with that. Now, some of you we mentioned the bar. There's a lot more work besides the bar, okay? There's a lot of things you're going to have to do. This hill we're climbing, I'm still climbing it. President McGrath, we're all climbing the same hill to be successful in our life, to be good family people. So please, even after the bar, the work isn't done. Please always remember that. That is so important to remember. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but we have promises to keep and miles to go before we sleep. And miles to go before we sleep. Frost said that twice to emphasize that we have a lot of things to do yet. All right, this is only the beginning. So we're going to roll up ours, going to have a great time today with our families and friends, maybe a couple days, but then we're going to roll up our sleeves and get back to work. You can be flexible on your route, but not your destination. Some of you will have opportunities others don't have. Some of you will be knocking on doors. I don't care how you get there. Hard work works. It just does. I told you at orientation, and I'll tell you now, I'm a C+ student. B- if I was lucky. And I had 2 governors of this state appoint me to be a judge. And I say that not out of ego, not out of silver spoon in my mouth, but just hard work. And that's what you have to always remember. Please, don't be afraid to fail. Please don't do that. When you go, some of you that want to be trial lawyers, you'll hear, I've never lost a case. You've never tried enough cases. Because when you win a case, you're the best thing in the world. You learn nothing when you win a case. You only learn when you lose a case. That's the sign of being successful. So don't embrace, again, I don't want you to fail, but if it happens, embrace it as a learning experience. Embrace that and learn from that. Yeah, I was appointed by 2 different governors. That's a pretty big deal. 2 different administrations. But the backstory is I went up there 4 other times for each one and didn't get it. And drove home from Tallahassee upset at myself because I didn't get the job. 4 different times for each job. And I want to stop doing that because it was embarrassing, especially when I was already a judge and I was trying to get to be a higher judge. And one time, somebody that wasn't even a judge got that spot. Very embarrassing. I could have stopped. I wanted to stop. My wife said, no, you want to do this, you keep going. So again, embrace it if it happens. It's going to happen, okay? And I'm sure you guys will handle it well. There's a quote, our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. So that's your glory. And y'all know that. I don't even want to insult you to tell you that. Just get up. That's my quote. Get up and get it done. Now, I've got about 40 years of experience, 25 as a judge and some other things. And I say that because I've learned things along the way. And in your shoes, I would hear people that were older than me, and I never listened to them. I should have. So I implore you for the next couple of minutes to listen to a few of these principles, because they've helped me along the way. Okay? And I don't like to use the word old, I'll say chronologically gifted. Okay? But there's a lot of folks that are chronologically gifted. Please listen to them. You don't have to agree with them, but listen to some of the things they have to say. The first thing is very important. It's around this room. Don't confuse your career with your life. They're two different things. Now, your family was nice to you. They gave you your time, during your studies. But as you go on with your life, and you're going to still stay probably busier than you were in law school. Don't forget about your family. When you're at a party with your spouse or partner, whoever you're with, girlfriend, boyfriend, and you're talking to your lawyer friends, and your wife, in my case, is over in the corner, don't do that to them. Bring them, make them part of your life. Please, I've seen that before. And so, you have your life and you have your professional life too. But please keep that in mind. That'd be very, very important. Something I learned when I was a young prosecutor. We're going to make mistakes, and you've heard this before. It's not what you do, but what you do next, right? That's all important. You're going to make the mistakes, but you can fix them. Don't take yourself super serious. I wish I was half the person my dog thought I was. Can you imagine? And I'm not. So that's super important. There was a book out about 15 years ago called Who Moved My Cheese? Has anyone read that book before? All right, your cheese is something that's valuable to you, whatever that is. And if somebody takes that from you or moves your cheese, you need to be ready to adjust to that. To make sure in your practice that if something happens, you can adjust to something else. We had the recession in 07 through 10. A lot of people had to go pick up another type of practice to be successful. Keep the lights on. So don't get overly complacent. That's super, super important. And people there's a poem I like called On the Plains of Hesitation. Okay, and it's relating to a battle that's about to happen. You have two forces, okay? On the plains of hesitation, bleached the bones of countless millions who at the dawn of victory sat down to wait or rest, and in resting died. So do not hesitate when you get out in your profession. Don't be complacent with what you're doing. Always be moving. Don't use time or words carelessly. You can't retrieve them. They mentioned earlier about running your own race, and that's super, super important. I remember when I first got out there, I didn't have the suits that the other lawyers had, the briefcases, the cars, and that felt inadequate. Well, you're not going to have that day one. Okay? I already told you guys what to do about the briefcase. Don't walk in with your brand new briefcase one of your parents may give you. They're going to see you coming from left field. Go buy a beat up briefcase, walk into court and say, gosh, he's been practicing for a long time. Look how beat up that bag is. But you bring that new bag in with a price tag on it, you're going to be marked lousy. Okay? They're going to see you coming up Fifth Avenue. So that you may get a nice bag from your parents for graduation. That's great. And I'm not saying go beat it up, but maybe beat up a little bit. So they're going to keep it around for a little bit. So that's just, a small little point we talk about. But seriously, don't spend too much time in the past or the future. There's a quote in the Lord's Prayer that talks about, give us our daily bread. Focus on what is in front of us, in our hands. Not what lies dimly in the future, but what is actually in our hands. Okay? That's super, super important. Joy of your life, we mentioned it. I've heard this the other day. I really liked it. You don't see any U-Hauls behind hearses, do you? No, you don't. So enjoy the time that we have here. Complain, it never really helps, so I don't think I would talk about that. Complain too much. If you think you can, guess what? You're right. If you think you can't, you're also right. So focus on that as well. And two more points. Y'all know, some of y'all know I'm a huge Alabama fan. And they obviously were left out of the playoffs. And it's their own fault because they lost some games. And all the people in Alabama love college football, either Alabama or up. And I can't tell you, they have no professional teams there. That is the end of the world to them. And especially for the Alabama fans not getting in, okay? The point I tell you that story is we talked about learning from your mistakes and failure. It's my hope that because of what they learned this year, they won't make that mistake in the future. Again, when you lose a trial, you learn, and you're not going to let that happen to you in the future. But the reason I mention that, because their old coach, Nick Saban, had a thing about discipline, and it's so simple. And I try to use it every day myself. It's just two quick things. Every day you wake up, you're supposed to do things, and you're not supposed to do things. So all you do is do what you're supposed to do every day. Just do what you're supposed to do. That's discipline. And it's hard to do that. But if you keep that in mind, that may be very helpful. The last story I want to tell you, a very quick one. And this was a player that I never saw. He was older. Okay, he was like in the 40s, 30s or 40s. And it was Joe DiMaggio for the Yankees. He was after Babe Ruth, but before Mickey Mantle. But the Yankees were still really good in the 40s, okay? And they'd always clinch the World Series 3 weeks before the season ended, so they could relax. The star players could sit back and relax. But not Joe DiMaggio. He played every single game. And 2 days before the series was supposed to start, he's in his locker, stole home that day, was acting like a crazy man on the field, all dusty, muddy, bloodied. And the reporters looked at him and said, "Joe, what are you doing? You're killing yourself. The series starts 2 days from now. You're going to get hurt. You're killing yourself." And he looked up and he told that reporter, "There may be people in the stands that have never seen me play before." And the point of that story, if you can't understand it, is that you have to work hard every case, every client that comes to you is going to want your 100% service. So when you're in court one day and you start feeling tired or lazy or not wanting to do a good job, remember, there's people that have never seen you play before. You got to play hard all the time. You leave here as lawyers, this chapter is done, well written by y'all. Tomorrow's next chapter needs to be written. Your pages are empty. We've given you a pen. I look forward to continue reading your stories. I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you. I've told you this before, the next time that I see you, I hope it's an email or a phone call to myself or my colleagues. "Judge Nick, I need you to swear me in. I need to be a lawyer." I look forward to that. And I hope to get that call for you guys, because that's a great call to get, okay? And I've been to the beach with people. I've been everywhere. Have gavel, we'll travel. All right, so please keep that in mind, and I look forward to that. Guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and whatever God you believe in, I hope your God brings you blessings during this holiday season, and go have a great time tonight. We're not here for a long time, we're here for a good time. Thank you very much.
It is now my privilege to introduce Associate Dean and Professor Catherine Gustafson, who will present the candidates for graduation.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, the members of the graduating class will be receiving their degrees. This is an important and solemn occasion, and we request that all persons in the assembly remain in their seats during the ceremony until all degrees have been conferred. The faculty of Cooley Law School has established criteria for for the courses of instruction, the standards of achievement, and the period of residence necessary to ensure professional proficiency and practical scholarship in the law, and has also established the requirements for the degree Juris Doctor and Master of Laws. The board has been advised that at the end of Trinity Term 2024, 22 Juris Doctor students and 5 Master of Laws students of the class known as the Ginsburg class were examined and were found to have fulfilled all the requirements for those degrees. The board has also been advised that at the end of Michaelmas Term 2024, 56 Juris Doctor students and 2 Master of Laws students of the class known as the Rehnquist class were examined and were found to have fulfilled all the requirements for those degrees. Now therefore, it is resolved that the degrees are conferred and that the candidates who are presented to the President and Dean of Thomas M. Cooley Law School will receive the degree of Master of Law or Juris Doctor at his hand. Today we will be having ceremonial hooding, and the ceremonial hooding will be conducted by Professor Church and Professor DeBose. President McGrath, the faculty proudly presents the graduates of the Ruth Bader Ginsburg class and the William H. Rehnquist class. Our first graduate of the Ruth Bader Ginsburg class, Mallory Davis. Cooper William Dickens. Cooper William Dickens. Madison Goodgel. Madison Goodgel. Cody J. Gwelly, United States Army veteran, cum laude. Cody J. Gwelly, cum laude. Michelle Marie Guzman Cowan, United States Air Force veteran. Michelle Marie Guzman Colan. Paulina Lopera, United States Navy ensign. Paulina Lopera. Teodoro Maldonado Ramirez. Teodoro Maldonado Ramirez. Chandira Norfus. Chandira Norfus. Now from our William Rehnquist class, Ana Barrios. Ana Barrios. Andrew Batchy, United States Army National Guard veteran and cum laude. Andrew Batchy, cum laude. Troy Robert Conti, United States Army National Guard reservist and cum laude. Troy Robert Conti, cum laude. Cristani DaCosta. Cristani DaCosta. Melissa Mora Flores. Melissa Mora Flores. Colin Glick. Colin Glick. Keith Gramling. Keith Gramling. William Eugene Hesse. William Eugene Hesse. Safa Kudia. Safa Kudia. Danielle Levy, cum laude. Danielle Levy, cum laude. Sean G. Livingston. Sean G. Livingston. Gabriella Lojudice, cum laude. Gabriella Lojudice, cum laude. Megan Murray, cum laude. Megan Murray, cum laude. Michael McIntosh. Michael McIntosh. Matt Mann. Matt Mann. Austin G. Mendes. Austin G. Mendes. Kendall Ray Midkiff, magna cum laude. Kendall Ray Midkiff, magna cum laude. William Munch. William Munch. Jackson Parker, cum laude. Jackson Parker, cum laude. Allison Rose Peters. Allison Rose Peters. Carla Christine Roger. Christine Roger. Catherine Sandoval, cum laude. Catherine Sandoval, cum laude. Marion Nelson Scott, Jr. Marion Nelson Scott, Jr. Shayla Madison Smith. Shayla Madison Smith. Christian Villafranca. Christian Villafranca. Chase Walters. Chase Walters. I'm going to give our grads just a moment to get back to their seats. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the graduates of the Ruth Bader Ginsburg and William H. Rehnquist class.
President McGrath will present the Stanley E. Beatty Teaching Awards along with his closing remarks.
It is now my distinct pleasure to announce a very special award. It's called the Stanley E. Beatty Teaching Award. The Stanley E. Beatty Teaching Award was established in 1979 by the Board of Directors. The award is given to the member of the full-time faculty in the law school, who, in the opinion of the graduating members of the class, has, during the preceding 3 years, made the greatest contribution to their legal education. For the Ruth Bader Ginsburg class, the winner is Professor Christine Church. And I'm going to ask her if she wants to say a few words, but before I do that, I want to mention that the member of the full-time faculty of law school, who in the opinion of the graduating members of the William H. Rehnquist class, has chosen Professor Christine Church. Good to say a few words? I know you will.
Now you guys are going to make me cry. You know I know every one of you, and I thank you for this. And you know that you're about to start your big study experience, but take a few minutes today for celebration. You need to celebrate your successes. We spend so much time worrying about what's coming next. Take a minute to celebrate, because this is a big achievement for you guys. And it means a lot to me that you voted for me. I appreciate that so much. And stay in touch, okay? You know I love you.
So graduates, congratulations again on this very significant milestone in your life. You know, when the going gets rough, I'm going to ask you to remember why you went to law school in the first place. A lot of you have some really big plans to change the world, maybe just make your own life better, maybe better prepare for your, do well for your family. But whatever it is that brought you here, whatever passion you had to come to law school, and I pray we haven't completely beaten out of you in the last 3 years, let that passion keep you going when you face all the challenges that you're going to face in your career as a lawyer. And not to harp on this, but speaking of challenges, for those who have not taken the bar exam yet, I want you to remember that when you start preparing for the bar exam, your mindset is crucial, right? Now you could say, I just graduated law school and now I have to take the bar exam. Or you could say, I just graduated law school and now I get to take the bar exam. That's right. It's a privilege. Not everybody goes to college, and those that do, not everybody graduates, but you did all that. Not everybody even gets into law school, and even fewer get out, but you did both of those things, and so you can do this. And we're here for you. If you want some help, you know, I know you have some, yes, very willing faculty members who would love to see you do really well, so let us know how we can help you. Remember, you're doing all this hard work, not just for yourself, but for your colleagues, for your families, and for your future clients who deserve your excellent, excellent representation. And as Judge Nick said, you're finishing up a chapter in your life as a law student, but there's another chapter to be written as a Cooley alum. I don't know if someone's already said this today, but I love to hear this, and so I'll just repeat it. You know, you'll probably spend a lot more time as a Cooley alum than you spent as a Cooley law student. So this is the longest part of your relationship with the school coming up. So stand proud with 21,000 plus Cooley alums out there, and continue to make us proud of all of you. So once again, I just want to say in closing, thank you to everybody for sharing in this celebration with all of us today. And we're going to have a little reception, and nothing much, right outside in the lobby. So stick around for a little bit and enjoy that reception. But now, back to our host, Shelby. Take us home.
This concludes our commencement ceremony for the Ruth Bader Ginsburg and the William Hubbs Rehnquist classes. We ask that all guests remain seated until the members of the academic procession depart.